Welcome back to Sledgehammer Horror, guys. I'm Ashley Sledge,
And I'm Ken Sledge.
and let's defend horror.
So today we are joined by the amazing Sam and Brendon from Our Life in Horror. How you doing today, guys?
Good, how are
Good.
you?
We're good.
Very, very, very happy to have you guys back on the channel. They are repeat offenders here, but if this is your first time seeing them, we have all of their links down in the description. So make sure you're following on social media. Make sure you're subscribing to the YouTube channel as well. So for people that don't know you guys, can you tell us a little bit about what you do over at the channel?
Yeah, we're Our Life in Horror and
Lots of streams.
lots
Lots
of
of live
live
streams.
streams. Yeah, we talk horror. We do movie reviews, topic discussions. We do horror hangouts where we talk news. You talk physical media.
Yep. And we started a new segment where we make each other watch movies that we would normally never watch.
Yeah, so he made me watch and she made me watch. And we're also doing a segment where we're counting his entire movie collection, which is going to take us a year to do.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But we're committed.
Yes.
That's awesome.
So, like I said, guys, please make sure you're subscribing to the channel. I promise you, you are not going to regret it. They are very community oriented. So they when they do their live streams, they're all about the community and who they bring into their community. So very, very lucky to be friends with them. So make sure that you are subscribing to them as well.
Absolutely. So, Sam, do you want to tell us what movie we are defending today?
The new Wolfman.
Yes. We
So
have some scores.
yeah, so we always go by Rotten Tomatoes
aren't
with the
horrible.
scores, just because of the sheer fact that it's a universal score. It has a tomato meter of 51% and an audience slash popcorn reader
Yeah,
of
it's
56%.
popcorn now.
So I guess that's like a 53 and a half. So it is still failing in the charts.
Yeah,
so.
but we've seen a lot worse than
Oh,
that.
yeah.
So, I mean, we've seen like 5%.
Yeah, we have done Halloween Resurrection.
Yes, we
So.
have. Hey,
I know, but that was bad.
it wasn't 5. I don't think that was the worst one we've done, but
No.
maybe. I don't know. So some of the major criticisms that I read were it's dark, it's hard to see, it's predictable, not scary. Special effects were bad. The story didn't go anywhere. The story felt like it was missing and there wasn't a lot of character development and overall just boring. So that's the
Ouch.
most
Yeah,
of them
that's
I
most
read.
of what we got off of
Yes.
Rotten Tomatoes in the comments. But why did you guys choose this movie? Why does this movie mean so much to you guys to want to defend it?
Do you want to go for it or you want me to?
You take it because this was your suggestion.
Yeah. So we went and saw it in theaters. It was very hyped up. And we heard a lot of hate. I left happy. Like I enjoyed it. I don't think it's movie of the year by any means, but I still really enjoyed it and I can fight all those criticisms in my head. So I don't know if you have another answer, but
Yeah, no, I think it's good. Yeah. I like the movie Walking Out. I thought it was a new, unique take on a Wolfman story. I know a lot of the criticisms as well, but I was invested for the most part of everything going on. I was never bored. It's just a different take that I think it was needed for a Wolfman story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what were some of your guys' favorite moments from this film?
I really loved the opening. Like I thought it was super tense. Are we doing spoilers?
Yes, this is
Okay.
spoiler alert, guys. We are spoiling things.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the opening with his dad was really intense and really set up the story for him not wanting to be like his dad. I really liked the drive up to the cabin in present day when he's with his family. Was super tense when they get run off the road by that figure, which we all know is a wolf, a werewolf. Yeah, do you have any?
Yeah, I agree totally with the opening. I think the opening is great. It's very well done, well shot. Um, I also like the callbacks to that because it's almost storybook ended, because it begins the same way it ends. Um, but the body horror and the transformations were all done practically. Like when you guys said that the criticisms were the special effects weren't very good, I just don't believe that for a second. I I also really appreciate the point of view from somebody turning into a wolf man, I think that was incredibly unique. I think they could have leaned a little harder into that at some points, but then you wouldn't have much of a film because he begins to not understand people speaking and
I love that.
the lack of communication as they're broken, and he's just trying to go through everything without understanding what anybody else is thinking, basically.
Yeah, when his
Yeah.
senses start getting heightened and he starts hearing the thumping and then goes upstairs and it's just a spider and you're
Yeah.
like, no way that was that loud. But then you realize it's him and him transforming. And then, like you said, the gibberish that like he's no longer understanding his family anymore. The practical effects, like when he has that wound and he starts like biting at it, I felt itchy all over. And
Yeah.
I was actually just looking at some fun facts about it, and the actor was saying how it actually kind of tasted good because of how sweet it was. I'm like, that's really gross, but okay.
Right.
They were
But
like,
yeah, I
cut.
thought
he
there
was
a
like,
lot.
no, we're good.
Yeah.
We need
Keep
more.
eating more.
I gotta keep going.
Can you please stop eating your arm? We need that for more.
We're on the 7th arm,
Yes.
man. Please stop eating the arm.
So can you guys think of your favorite kill of the movie?
the main guy killing the reveal of it was his dad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There
his
really
dad.
isn't a lot of kills.
Yeah,
to
there's not a lot of
kill.
No,
kills.
no, there's not.
I actually prefer the best friend kill or the
Oh,
friend from when he
the
was younger
past.
kill. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was good too. That was like they're hanging in the tree and then you just see his body just get
Yeah, it's very like clouded and you don't see a whole lot. And
Yeah.
that scene is also very well shot. I love the cinematography in that scene.
Yeah, true.
And I think that what I love about this movie is because, like, this movie to me, I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. It just, it was fine.
Yeah.
I did like the wolf on wolf fights. Like
Yeah.
seeing those two fighting. I thought that was dope. We don't get enough of that
Mhm.
that much in wolf movies. So to see those two really go at it.
Where you kind of see that he isn't completely like an animal yet, and he's still trying to like defend his family, which I thought that was cool.
Yeah. That was another one and I know it's kind of hard to say like favorite one-liners from this movie or a favorite quote from the movie. One that I had that I really like, one of the quotes was,
We hadn't spoken in a long time because I chose not to. And now that I can't speak to him, I suddenly want to.
I thought that moment was very emotional. And a lot of us have felt that way. Like we don't tell somebody how we truly feel about them until we can't anymore.
Yeah.
So I liked that real human aspect of it between a father and a son.
Mhm. Absolutely. What would you guys say is your biggest criticism of this movie? We know that no movie's perfect,
Right.
so
Yeah, I'm going to go with near the end, maybe some of the pacing. I did get to a point near the end where I was like, oh, they could have wrapped it up there or wrapped it up quicker, maybe. But like throughout the most of the movie, I was okay until the end. So that would be my criticism. And maybe just everyone hyping it up to begin with. I don't know if you can really count that as criticism, but
Yeah.
it definitely played a part in probably people's disappointment.
Mhm. I'd say this movie's a little slow at parts, but I do enjoy most of the body horror. I wish they would have had some more body horror leaning on. And I don't the biggest criticism of the movie is that that's not what the Wolfman looks like, is like that's the biggest one. And I have no problem with how he looks. It's more human than animal or more human than animal. So I still like that. He's got that like Jack Nicholson the wolf going on for what he's got going on near the end of the movie, which I don't mind at all. So I do like that. But yeah, it is a little slow. I would have liked to seen a little more progression for the transformation, and also with the mother-daughter relationship. I think definitely could have been delved into a little more. Um, I was waiting for that moment for where she's like, okay, I'm connecting with my daughter again, like we used to, because she feels like she's lost that, as stated at the beginning of the movie. And I feel like it's never truly, um, you know, can't think of a word.
Dived into?
Yeah, it's never
Addressed?
truly, concluded.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate because I think that would have definitely helped with the movie. Because I feel like the Christopher Abbott's character does kind of get that, but unfortunately, the mother character does not.
Yeah, he has a really sweet relationship with his daughter, which I really like. And again, I said this already, he's trying not to be like his dad, who was he was more aggressive and stuff when he was a kid. I almost find that makes the ending a little bit more sad, and it kind of leaves you thinking what's going to happen with the mother and daughter afterwards, because spoilers, they kill the dad. So like I actually almost teared up because I'm like, oh, now like they're going to have to go off and like try and mend their relationship through this traumatic experience. I mean, they need therapy now.
Well, and especially that moment when they're gonna kill the dad and the daughter's like, he wants this to be over, and like that's just like like that's such a and you know that
Well, because she could read his mind.
yeah, she could read his mind, of course.
Yeah, so.
But you have the same, like you said, you have the start of the movie of them up there waiting for the Wolfman, and then you have this ending where he finally does come up. At the beginning he does not, but in this moment he does, and they take him out, and that it's a very, very. I think that I wanted more horror in this movie. I think that's maybe what my issue was. I don't mind the family drama aspect of it, but I feel like they could have been a little scarier at times. But we all were gonna hype this up no matter what, because it's Lee Winnell.
Yeah.
What he just did with the Invisible Man, he was not going to be able to live up to that anyway. But again, it was not.
It's not as bad as everybody has portrayed it to
No.
be. Yeah. So would you say Wolfman is your favorite Universal monster, or who's your favorite Universal monster?
Usually we ask what's your favorite film in this franchise, but
But-
since we're not doing a franchise film,
Yeah.
we had to think of something else. So that's what Ashley
That's
came up
okay.
with.
Okay.
I don't have a favorite Universal monster because I haven't seen any of the Universal monster films.
Okay.
And I don't have any ties to any Wolfman movies. I haven't seen the other remake that there was. I haven't even seen a lot of werewolf films, to be completely honest. Like my favorite would be Ginger Snaps, or I loved Werewolves last year. I thought it was a blast.
Yeah.
And then my only other werewolves I have in my history is really from like True Blood or Vampire Diaries. So I can't consider myself like a werewolf fan. So I really can't say what my favorite Universal monster is because I haven't dove into those yet. But I know
Yeah,
you've
fair
got an answer.
Oh, absolutely. I got an answer. The Creature from the Black Lagoon is still my all-time favorite.
Nice.
I do love it. Can we move?
Can we move me?
Shift you somewhere? There's the hand. Yep.
Yes.
That's
We got the
awesome.
prop replica there.
I'm a creature guy too. Creature's always. I think that the creature is. I think that movie is. I just talked about this the other day. I think it's one of the first like true tragic horror love stories. And I'm such a sucker for the Creature from the Black Lagoon. It's such a great movie, and always been a huge fan. I know what yours is.
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
monster. I love Frankenstein.
Okay.
She is a Frankenstein's monster lady. So,
Mhm.
usually on My First Horror Movie, we rank our first horror movie at a skull count 0 to 5 skulls. But since there's two of you and there's two of us, we're going to double the scale here. So this time we are being critics. If you were going to rank the Wolf, I'm sorry, going to rank Wolf. It's not the Wolfman.
No,
it is
Wolfman.
Wolfman. On a scale of 0 being the lowest, 10 being the highest, what would your skull count for Wolfman be?
I think, like you said, the ratings were like around 50, 54, something like that. Yeah, I enjoyed the drama in this movie and the emotion. Like I didn't quite need it to be scarier. And also a little backstory, Lee Winnell and his wife had a really close friend who was diagnosed with ALS, and they had to watch his body get taken over by the disease and passed away. So they really poured their grief into this. So I liked the emotion behind the movie and the tense moments. I'm gonna go with a 7. I know that was a really
Okay.
long-winded answer.
No,
No,
that
that's
was
fine.
perfect.
What about you, Brendan? What would you give it?
You did 7.5?
7.
You did 7?
Yeah.
I think in the long run, I'd do because I don't think this is a movie that's going to be revisited too often for me, but I do think it needs to be praised a little higher because we haven't gotten too many, just in general, good Wolfman movies or werewolf movies as of late. I'll go 6.5.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, still, your guys' is at least passing.
Yeah, it is passing.
You know.
All right, so we're gonna do our final defense, and you guys can, take turns or defend it however you want, but say you are talking to someone that's never seen Wolfman and you have 30 seconds to tell them why they should go see it. What are you going to say to them?
You have a 30-second cold call. Well, how are you going to sell them on seeing the Wolfman?
Are we doing this each?
Together or separate?
Yeah, however you
Yep,
want.
however you want to do it.
You can go back and forth, or you can each do it.
How do you
Huh.
want to do this?
I don't know. Yeah, we'll do it separate.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll make it easy.
Do you want me to start?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I would just say it's a great atmospheric movie with great family dynamics and real life drama within relationships. And there's great special effects in this movie with a really cool transformation that is really long and drawn out. And it is a very tragic ending, which I really like a really dark ending sometimes.
Mhm.
That was less than 30 seconds. Sorry.
But no,
No,
it's
that
good.
works.
Yeah.
Like I said, like
Yeah.
you got a pitch going on
Yeah.
here.
I know. Damn. Like I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to follow that up with anything.
He's like, I would
Uh,
copy and paste.
Yes.
Control
yeah,
V,
exactly.
Control C. Let's just do that.
Yeah. The only thing I could add to that is like this is like a Wolfman mixed with The Fly.
Oh.
Yes.
It's got that same kind of ending to it. I think it's not quite on that level, but I think it's still a good story and a unique tale on the Wolfman subgenre. So I think you should absolutely check it out.
Yeah.
Why? That's a good point.
And we know that, we did get werewolves last year. We got Wolfman. Next year, we're getting Werewolf, the new Wolf film from Robert Eggers. But with this Wolfman story, would you like to see them to try to continue this with a sequel, or do you think that this was the good ending for it right here?
I'm happy with this ending, I think, personally.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I don't know where you could take this, unless you do like a prequel, maybe. Like maybe you follow his dad or
dad's story.
yeah, his dad after
Yeah.
his son leaves him and him dealing with the regret of not being able to comfort his son in any way at all because he seems like a very military driven man.
Yeah.
So it'd be cool to see him on the hunt for this thing, and by the end of the movie, he fails anyways, but it'd be kind of neat to see.
I also, sorry, I'm all over the place. I also really like
please.
how this was like a sickness and it was almost like an urban legend, and then they
Mhm.
realized it was real. I wanted to throw that in.
See, and like there's parts of this movie where like when he's walking with his daughter downtown and she's walking on that thing and he tells her
Yeah.
to get off a couple times and then he yells at her and he's like, I'm sorry I yelled. I'm like, no, you're not sorry you yelled. She could have gotten hurt. Like you got to let her know
Yeah.
I'm telling you this
But
for
he-
a reason.
It's
I get it.
character development.
I get it. I
and
get it. I
he
get it.
Didn't want to be.
But
his
the first
mother.
when the second time when he was like, get off of that, I was like, he's already said it once. Get the fuck off that. You're gonna fall into traffic. But then it rewinds to his dad, and when like his dad was like, you need to stay right next to me. Like I got that part too, because I've been hunting with my son. You trail off and there's other hunters in this woods, there's animals in these woods. You need to stay with me. And if I gotta yell at you and scare you to make sure it's gonna save your life, I'll do it. I'll be an asshole for 18 seconds if it means you're alive for another 50 years. Never bothered me. So I mean, like I could see both sides of it, but I do see also like, because I am, especially with my girls, I'm super soft
You are.
and I don't like to yell at them, and I like to make sure that they know they're always loved and taken care of. And with my son, I was the complete opposite. I was like, look, if he fell down, I was like, get up, you're good, come on, dust it off, rub some dirt on it, you're good. So I can see both sides of the coin, but I love his ability in that moment. This is a long-winded way of saying read my mind. The way that he can bring her right back to earth. Like that's something I think is very special in a dad-daughter relationship, is his ability to let her know, like, yes, I yelled, I said shit when I should have said what, shtickle or whatever the hell he said.
Yeah.
But it's because I love you and I need to make sure that you're safe. And there's that always bit of safety. And at the end, that flips on its head when the dad goes after her and the mom goes at him with the knife, and then he grabs the knife. But then you finally have that flip, dad, you're scaring me. And then the mom tries to help her. Like that to me is kind of where their dynamic shifts a little bit.
Mhm.
And she realizes it's mom now. Mom's going to be my protector now. And I thought that was a beautiful way of showing it without saying it, if that makes any sense.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
For sure.
I always look for that type of thing.
Yeah.
So, I know we said this at the beginning, guys, but we are at the end of the third act. You know, the credits are about to roll and the curtain's about to drop. But before they go, I want to remind you all of their social media links, as well as their YouTube link, are down in the description. So please make sure you're following, make sure you're subscribing, and let us know in the comments, what did you think of Wolfman 2025? Did Sam and Brendon sway you a little bit to want to go back and revisit this movie? Because that's what we want. Not every horror movie is loved, but we at least want you to take the time to watch it and respect it. So
Sometimes people like to just go see movies through other people's lenses.
exactly, maybe
So-
something they said
Yeah.
changed your mind a little bit. Because like I said, we hadn't seen this movie until we talked to them, and then we broke down, we saw it, and they, I didn't hate it.
No, neither did I.
I've seen worse
There-
movies this
I-
year.
Absolutely. And there was redeeming qualities to this
Right.
movie. So
So like I said, let us know in the comments what you guys think. We would love to hear that. Sam and Brendon, please don't go anywhere. We got a couple more questions for you. Everybody else, if you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe. It does help build the channel more than you know. And follow Sledgehammer Horror on social media. Our links are in the description as well. But until next time, keep talking horror,
stay who you are.
and we'll see you guys soon.